Today I was at Ipswich BMX track and racing, and it was the fourth round of the East Winter Series, so let's get into it. Welcome back to another video. If you haven't seen my channel before, then subscribe, because you know you're gonna want to stick around. And if you didn't know, I'm in the East Winter Series this year, well this year and last year, and this is the fourth round out of 5. And it was at Ipswich, which I do like that track, and we're going to get into it. First we're going to start with moto number 1. So I started off the day, they actually put the cruisers first, which is a bit annoying because obviously then you've got to go first, but it's fair enough. I had gate 5, which is alright, it's in the middle, and literally for the first time ever, or maybe the second time, there was no wind at Ipswich, which every time I've been there, it's always a headwind on second straight, so you just never do the second and last straight. But today there was no wind at all, so it was a great day. At moto number 1, I had a great gate from gate 5 and then led it from there really. The thing with Ipswich you've got to be careful of, because there was a lot of crashes today which showed it was bad. The berms they're flat on the bottom and then they go up, so kind of like Peckham berms as well, but if you go into them thinking that they're just a normal berm, you just take it as fast as you want. It's not really the case, especially with me. I was just being very careful when I was in the berm, so sort of just guiding it up, no sharp turns, because there was a few kids, there was a couple ambulances and stuff that had to come because they slid out on the berms or took each other out on the berms. So yeah, the berms are a bit tricky, but I managed to stay on and upright all day. So yeah, here is moto number 1.
Race 10 boys at 9 now. And it's over some more cruisers. I've jumped on the wrong moto too many. I got carried away. We got Jack Mowat leading this one so far. In one TNT, into the 476 plate of Paul Barnard. In 3 Joseph Stubbings, in 4 Theo Cam. Probably double braking today, hence why the cruisers are so early. Quite a lot of people doubling up today. Mowat in the 1, Barnard in the 2 for this one already. Stebbings in the 3.
I wouldn't say I had a great gate selection given to me. I had gates 5, 7 and 1. So the second motor was in gate 7, and yeah, not great. Not a great gate, but I got over. We were level going into the first corner, and yeah, I just kept it second the whole time. Back to the wind thing, every time I've been there, the second straight's been a headwind. I've never really sort of worked on the second straight, and they had done some track work because it had been wet, so the jump into the second corner was sort of quite lippy and quite sharp and not very big. So I manued it in practice on the first few efforts, and then I thought I'm gonna have to jump that, and I saw other people jumping it. I was like, I'm gonna have to jump that. We don't want a situation like Braintree where I didn't jump the jump and then lost, and at Royston. So on the last 2 laps of practice, I had a go at it, and it was okay. I didn't want to sort of overdo it because I know it's not massive. It was just how it kicked me and stuff, but it was okay. So I jumped it all day in every race, and it was definitely beneficial. In the third moto coming up, you'll see that I nearly come unstuck, but yeah, we'll get onto that. But moto number 2, it was all right, and yeah, I come in second at the end. Going into the last corner, I looked back and just checked there was no one behind me, and just sort of didn't roll, but I conserved my energy, let's call it that. I didn't need to beat him at that point of the day, so I settled for second, and yeah, on to moto number 3.
Defending that inside line is Brenton, Budby, 1-2 Hackney, in the 3, and across the line. One of the riders goes down on the start line, helping each other up, and the cruiser carrying in 1, yeah, in 2 possibly. Mowat, 1-2, in the cruisers, across the line.
As I said, in moto number 3, I started from gate 1. I had a pretty good gate, and Jono, who was the other guy that I was racing in moto number 2, I had him in moto number 3 as well. And yeah, you watch the video and you'll see that I held him off right until the last corner. I didn't pedal to the line, so don't point that out, all right? Okay, I didn't pedal to the line, all right? Fine, I didn't pedal to the line. If you watch the video for moto number 3, when I jumped into the second corner, I landed, and my bum hit the wheel, and it nearly died, nearly got bucked, which that would have lost me a bit of speed, but yeah, it was okay. It wasn't a serious grazing, so it didn't lose too much speed, but it did lose a bit, but I still got second in that one anyway.
More cruisers out of the gate here, Mowat on the inside getting a good start, Harrogate also going well, right in the 3 spot. Coming around that first turn, Mowat, Harrogate 1-2, ninth in the 3. Moore, Harrowby, 1-2 at the moment. Harrowby looking like he's trying to make a move down this final. He really wants to win this final race, so he's got it.
So with a first and 2 seconds in the motos, I come second in the standings for the day. So that means I had the first pick in semi number 2, and I went with gate 2. I don't know, I didn't really mind. I already came out of gate 1 in moto number 3. I didn't mind it, but yeah, I mean, I guess I could beat anyone out of gate 1, so I went in gate 2, and it worked out. I won the semi. But if you didn't know, in the UK at least anyway, they've used like the elite rules, UCI rules, where in the semi, your placing's not on your position, it's on your time. So you could become 4th, but because you were quicker than the guy in first in the other moto, you were going to get 4th pick in the A. So I knew I had to keep going in the semi to sort of get a good time. But it didn't work out because I still had 2nd pick in the final.
Final lot of cruisers lead the gates. Noah getting an absolute burner at the start. Wheel spinning and just manually all the way down the hill. Big powerful start from him. Come on, Noah. Barnard into Noah in 1. Barnard in 2. Cam in 3. Snelly's in 13. Come on, Noah. Left foot. Carbarton in 6. Possibly moving up into 5. Members like this goes through a break away. It's Noah in 1. With Barnard in 2.
Now for the final, if you've watched the series for the whole thing, you would have known that in Braintree on the first round, I choked the gate in the final, and because I stood up for the whole time, they announced all the names, and then I went to go on a gate and had a bad gate because I got 4th and because I was stood up for the whole time, so my legs were like, well, what the hell are we doing now? A good race at Peterborough, I won that one, not really any difficult jumps there, and I had a pretty good gate, even though they're getting it changed. But anyway, moving on to Royston just before Christmas, and I got 2nd there because I couldn't jump into the first corner. I had a great gate, had a great first straight, and I couldn't jump into the corner, so I lost all my speed there. So I come 2nd there, so it's a 4th, a 1st and a 2nd. And then in this final, ever since Braintree I've been told not to stand up the whole time, obviously. I just forgot that we were going to read out everyone's names, and then I stayed stood up. I don't really know why. So this time and the other races I've stayed sat, I got ready and sat down, waited for the names to be called out. Waited for my name to be called out, which this time I was 2nd pick, so I stood up. And I was ready to go. I went with gate 3, John, I went with gate 1. I just didn't want to be right next to him. I don't know. It didn't really matter. I didn't want to go in like any of the outside ones because that's a stupid idea. So I'll just let you watch. I come out the gate and the rest is history. So after watching that, I was very happy. After doing it, I was very happy. The only mistake I think I made was in the 3rd straight, the double manual. That I always get sort of mixed up there because you've got a double and then you've got a double manual. For me anyway, and then you got a step up which is quite abrupt, and I don't really do enough manuals where it's a step up, so that wasn't my line to manual up to that, so it was manual, double manual, pump, manual down, manual into the corner. But in the final, the bit I messed up, well I wouldn't say messed up, but I sort of nearly overdid double manual, and luckily I stayed on, but I was also in the middle of the track, so it didn't really help, but yeah, I held on for the win, and I was very happy with that. I got fastest hill time and lap time in cruisers for the day in the final, which was good. C2 on scores, you got the lit up blue if you've got the quickest times, which is really cool because they were both on the same race. But yeah, I literally over the day I knocked a 2.5 off, I think, or 2 seconds off. I'll put the results here, obviously, as always, and you can see the times for yourself. But yeah, really good day. Thanks for watching this video. If you've enjoyed it, click the like button, and I will see you in the next video where I'll probably be riding bikes. I'm gonna guess I'll be riding bikes.
The roof don't drop, so we poking out of the sunroof. No AC, no MP3s, only CDs. Tell me what you want to do. If I don't make it, please don't fake it. You got me if I got you. I got this spot too that I go to when the sun is up, the grass is green. There ain't no TV screen, only blue skies. Please use your imagination, tell me what you dream. And I picture you when I on the scene. But are you snapping? Cause I ain't getting cream from serving packets on the block to fiends. Some